Welcome to another episode from EduExcel. I, Nirmala Thakur, your host, welcomes you. A 9-year-old girl died after jumping from the fourth floor of a private school building in Jaipur. Isn't the news terrifying? Students' death on school premises in India have become a deeply concerning issue over the past 5 years. Based on available data and analysis of students' death in school premises in India during 2020 to 2024, the primary causes of such fatalities can be summarized as follows, with state level patterns mainly reflected in students' suicides. So, suicide being one of the reasons, the leading cause of students' deaths within school contexts across states driven by academic stress, bullying, mental and health issues, and family pressures. States like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, and Karnataka and Uttar Pradesh report the highest suicide numbers. Academic related issues like stress, examination failure, and institutional problems like bullying, harassment are prominent contributing factors. Accidents includes falls, drownings, and accidental injuries on school premises. Though these form a small proportion compared to suicides, incidents during sports, playground activities, and physical education contribute substantially. Natural causes of deaths are underlying medical conditions such as cardiovascular issues, asthma, sometimes triggered during school activities, homicides and violence. While rare, some cause involve violent deaths due to weapons or altercations in the schools. Undetermined causes, a small percentage remains sufficiently unclear in this category. Geographically, urban areas report more incidents relative to suburban and rural areas. Student suicides are notably concentrated in Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, and Jharkhand, while substantial year on year increases detected in some states. Contributing factors vary but frequently include academic failure, mental health disorders, bullying, and family issues. Due to limitations in publicly available detailed state specific breakdowns for all combined causes, focus remains on suicide date by state, which is the major and most documented cause of in student in school students' death. Sharing some cases which has drawn attention is the recent case where a 9-year-old girl died after jumping from the fourth floor of a private school building in Jaipur. In 2016, the death of 6-year-old Divyansh Kakrora after falling into an uncovered water tank in a Delhi school. The death of a 6-year-old in Hyderabad after a school gate collapsed exposed negligence in maintenance and delaying reports, leading to police investigations categorizing the death as due to negligence. Deoghar, a class 11 student, died by suicide on Monday in Navodaya Vidyalaya, located under the jurisdiction of the Rikhia police station, raising serious questions against the school authority, with the father of the deceased alleging the management of being negligent. In July 2025, Rajasthan's Jhalawar district saw this tragic incident where 7 children died when the roof of a government school building collapsed. The students confirmed to have died are Payal 12 years, Priyanka 12 years, Kundan 12 years, Harish 8 years, Karthik age not specified. In Jharkhand, deaths of students in the government run residential schools KGBVS due to illness were linked to negligence in medical attention and lack of timely communication with families, with government inquiries citing multiple lapses by school staff, including delay in hospital references. Every student deserves a safe place to learn, grow, and thrive. But how do schools create that environment? Let's find out together. In this presentation, I will share some data regarding different cases which creates a lot of fear in the parents, teachers, and the school administration. In my first year of teaching, a kindergarten boy who had always been kept outside the classroom because he constantly wanted to pee finally joined my class. His parents had sought medical help, but no solution was found. The child was emotionally fragile, scared, and unloved, a forgotten soul. On the first day, I smiled and invited him in. He hesitated, but stood close to me, touching my sari and hands, seeking comfort. I let him explore freely, sitting near me, then moving around the class looking for friendship. A little girl invited him to sit beside her. That simple acceptance, freedom, and kindness changed everything. Within 2 days, his fear was gone and he began to focus on learning. It wasn't medical treatment, but emotional support and a safe and loving environment that made all the difference. This story illustrates how emotional safety, acceptance, and freedom in schools play a vital role in a child's well being and academic success. The key aspects of creating truly safe schools, emotionally and physically, I will be discussing in the future slides. A manual on safety and security of children in classrooms, developed by National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. Child safety checklist, also I will be sharing, and something about parent support group. I will also share some tips which I did as a headmistress and principal of schools to create a safe environment for the children. The Government of India's 2021 Guidelines on School Safety and Security mandate strict accountability on school management for 11 types of negligence related to student safety, including failure to report accidents or deaths promptly. These guidelines, issued by the Ministry of Education and aligned with POCSO, that is Protection of Children from Sexual Offences guidelines, require school authorities to ensure timely and transparent reporting of any accidents, injuries, or deaths occurring on school premises or during school activities. Preventive education measures to create awareness among students, staff, and parents on safety protocols. Accountability of principals, teachers, and management to implement safety measures and report incidents immediately to appropriate legal and administrative authorities. Mechanisms for support and counseling for affected students and families, continuous monitoring and collaboration with various stakeholders to maintain a safe school environment, detailed procedures for reporting and legal recourse in case of negligence. The guidelines emphasize a zero tolerance policy against negligence, demanding proactive safety audits, emergency preparedness, and strict enforcement of reporting protocols to safeguard children's well being in government aided and private schools across India. States and union territories have been directed to notify and implement these guidelines, incorporating them into their educational and administrative frameworks for better safety and security. The Guidelines on School Safety and Security 2021 define 11 types of negligence for which school authorities are held accountable as follows: negligence in providing timely medical aid to students in case of accidents or emergencies, delay or failure in taking necessary action during disasters, emergencies, or criminal incidents on school premises, security lapses such as failure to implement adequate access control, surveillance, and monitoring measures, suppression or non reporting of facts related to accidents, incidents, or criminal acts involving students, negligence in maintaining safe and secure infrastructure, including faulty or unsafe buildings and facilities, negligence in ensuring safety and accessibility for children with special needs, negligence in the quality, standard, and safety of food and drinking water provided to students, laxity or failure to take action on complaints or grievances reported by students, use of corporal punishment, including mental, emotional harassment, or discriminatory treatment, failure to prevent bullying and substance abuse and related harmful activities in the school environment, lapses in implementing health related guidelines such as COVID 19 protocols. Non-compliance or negligence in these categories can lead to fines, suspensions of admissions, de-recognition of schools, and other penalties. The guidelines emphasize legal accountability of school management and staff to promote a safe, secure, and supportive environment for students. They also call for multi-sectoral collaboration and transparent reporting mechanisms to prevent negligence. Under the 2021 Guidelines on School Safety and Security, the legal remedies available to parents in case of negligence or safety lapses by schools include the right to file formal complaints with school authorities as well as the State Commission for Protection of Child's Rights, that is SCPCR, or the National Commission for Protection of Child's Rights, which are empowered to inquire into violations of children's rights, including safety and education, initiating legal action under relevant provisions such as the right of children to free and compulsory education, which prohibits physical punishment and mental harassment, while disciplinary actions mandated against offenders, seeking compensation for injuries or death from school or through civil suits for negligence and breach of duty of care owed by the institution, reporting criminal negligence or abuse cases to the police as incidents involving deaths, injuries, or corporal punishments may attract prosecution under sections of the Indian Penal Code related to causing harm, grievous, grievous hurt, or manslaughter, demanding compliance audits and safety inspections by education and municipal authorities, and urging administrative action including suspension or de-recognition of schools that fail to meet safety norms. Accessing free legal aid and child protection services facilitated by commissions for child rights as well as NGOs that assist parents in enforcing safety and welfare rights of children. These remedies collectively aim to provide parents with mechanisms to hold schools accountable, ensure prompt corrective action, and secure justice and safety for children in educational institutions. The Manual on Safety and Security of Children in Schools, developed by National Commission for Protection of Child's Rights. This manual is being brought out as a compilation of 22 existing and approved manuals guidelines developed by various agencies pertaining to the safety and security of children in schools and in school premises. This has been done with a view to assist various education boards in India and the schools under them to have a common understanding regarding the basic safety and security measures requirements need to be ensured for children. A number of measures and steps have been recommended, initiated, and put into practice through these guidelines in order to ensure safety and security of children within schools and in school premises. These are provided for ready reference and as potential tools and strategies for use. They may be utilized by themselves or with other strategies as deemed prudent. It should be understood that circumstances might require customization or improvisation of these strategies illustrated in this document. In view of the new circumstances and incidents, institutions need to assess their respective safety and security requirements and deal with them effectively. Therefore, the manual may be relevant with respect to the present day scenario. However, all the institutions have to develop their capacities and preparedness to handle unforeseen situations and circumstances. The child safety checklist for schools has been provided by the various boards, which includes uh, physical safety, emotional and personal safety, social safety, emergency preparedness, and cyber safety. But let's not wait for any incident to happen. We have to be proactive in our approach. I've seen that many of the schools' websites they do not share their policies with the parents. A wise decision by the school management is that they should share all their policies with the parents so that the understanding becomes uh, deeper and better. For some of the policies which should be there on the school website is the school policies, the anti-bullying policy, the behavior policy, child protection and safeguarding policy, concern and complaint policy, cyber safety policy, safety awareness policy, school health policy, well-being policy. The school should have a doctor and a nurse, and uh, and the role of the school nurse should be to attend students with injuries or other conditions requiring medical attention, administers medication whenever needed, plans and conducts health education activities. Proper documentation should be kept. Then there should be a parent support group, which in short can be called as PSG. School health services are provided to children by qualified doctor and a nurse to protect and promote health to ensure that every child at the school is insured against injuries. These services are designed to ensure access or referral to the health center, prevent and control communicable diseases and other health problems, provide emergency care for illness, and promote and provide optimum sanitary conditions for a safe school facility and environment. For me, being the school leader or in the role of the headmistress or a teacher, for me, the student safety is of paramount importance. If the child is safe at school, then the parents are also assured. So, what did I do? I remember that I would always reach half an hour early to the school and take a round of the school. I would go into every classroom, see the neatness, tidiness. Wherever there were ACs in the classroom, check the temperature of the ACs. So, at the right temperature, if the children are studying or they come in, they do not fall sick, especially the younger children. Then go around the classrooms, take rounds uh, during different times. My timings for rounds were not specified. I would take rounds at different times and see how my teachers were there in the classrooms or in the dining hall or in their rooms or in the common rooms. I would sit and have a chat with them and discuss if anybody is having any personal problems which they can share. So basically, if we have that empathetic viewpoint and we are concerned and we care for our students, even if a child doesn't report, is absent for school for 3 days, I would make sure that I speak to the parents and find out the well being of the child. There were so many instances, which don't go reported, which the parents don't report, or if it is reported, is not documented by teachers. But if we document it and we discuss it mutually, not with an angry mind, the teachers have to know that they are being helped and supported if they disclose the matters. Then we see that a culture which is built in the school is for the benefit of the students. We are not there as the academic team. They are not there to show the parents down or to take revenge on students. They are helping the child. The parents also have to think that how they can mutually work with teachers together for the well-being of their students. The WhatsApp group which the parents operate, many of times they are more dangerous than they do good to the school environment. Ganging up against a teacher also doesn't help the school environment. Hence, these are the very little small things. Any problem or any complaint which is sent by the parents has to be solved within 24 hours or maximum within 48 hours. so no problem will go unsolved. Just remember that no problem is small. As a humanistic educator, ensuring safety in schools goes beyond physical security. It is about nurturing an environment where every child feels valued, respected, and emotionally supported. True safety arises when students experience unconditional acceptance, empathy, and authentic relationships that honor their whole being emotional, intellectual, social, and creative. In such compassionate spaces, students gain the confidence to express themselves freely, take risks in learning, and to develop resilience. Creating safe schools is not simply about rules or surveillance, but about fostering trust, understanding, and freedom that empowers students to grow holistically into courageous, thoughtful, and compassionate human beings ready to contribute meaningfully to society. This human centered approach to safety is the foundation for an education that truly honors the dignity and potential of every child. A school management seeking to build a culture of empathetic leadership without creating fear among principals and teachers, the following advice is key. Model empathy from the top. Leadership should actively demonstrate empathy by listening with genuine interest, understanding the challenges principals and teachers face, and responding with compassion rather than punishment. This fosters trust and openness. Prioritize psychological safety. Create an environment where staff feels safe to express concerns, admit mistakes, and share ideas without fear of blame or reprisal. Encouraging vulnerability strengthens relationships and collaboration. Implement supportive feedback. Shift from punitive or fear based performance management to constructive and supportive feedback focused on growth, recognizing efforts, and offering assistance where challenges arrive. Encourage collaborative decision making. Involve principals and teachers in policy and safety decisions to empower them and reduce feelings of top down control, thereby increasing ownership and motivation. Provide professional development on empathy, offer training in emotional intelligence, active listening, and conflict resolution to help leaders and teachers develop empathetic communication and understanding skills. Celebrate successes and positives. Regularly acknowledge individual and team achievements, creating a positive culture that values contributions, improving morale, and reducing fear. By embedding empathy deeply into leadership practices, schools cultivate a supportive, trusting culture that empowers principals and teachers to lead confidently, thereby improving overall safety and well being for the entire school community. Thank you for listening. I will be back again with another episode which will help in better student teacher relationship.